Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Let's begin with our bullet points. A new phase of parliamentary activity is underway with the installation of 9 key committees under fresh leadership, setting the stage for intensified legislative work and stronger institutional oversight within the National Assembly. Mounting waste across cities, particularly in Yaoundé, is fueling public frustration as residents take matters into their own hands through practical initiatives while calling for more effective and lasting government action. These stories and more will be yours in a bit. Thanks once more for joining us. We begin the news at the National Assembly, as you heard in one of our lead stories, where the National Assembly has taken a significant step forward this Thursday, March 19, 2026, as the 9 committees of the House were formed during a plenary sitting chaired by the Right Honorable Dato Theodore, Speaker of the National Assembly. The formation of these committees marks a crucial milestone in the legislative process, as they will play a vital role in examining bills and overseeing government activities. Bertrand Tita and Elise Yanda.
The 9 committees, which cover a range of areas, were formed without any objections, and members then gathered to elect their respective leaders, including presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, and rapporteurs. The committees are a key-up component of the National Assembly's operations, allowing for detailed analysis of proposed legislation and ensuring that the legislative process is thorough and effective. The 9 committees of the National Assembly include the Committee on Constitutional Law, Human Rights, Justice, Legislation and Standing Orders, and Administration. This committee is responsible for examining bills related to constitutional laws, human rights, justice, and legislation. The Finance and Budget Committee focuses on financial matters, including budget allocation and financial oversight. Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Committee deals with matters related to foreign policy, international relations, and diplomacy. The Committee on Economic Affairs, Programming and Regional Planning focuses on economic development, regional planning and programming, and the Committee on Production and Exchange is responsible for examining bills related to production, industry, and trade. The Education and Vocational Training and Youth Committee deals with education, vocational training, and youth development. Committee on Cultural, Social, and Family Affairs deals with matters related to culture, social welfare, and family issues. The National Defense and Security Commission is responsible for examining bills related to national defense and security. Meanwhile, Committee Resolutions and Petitions deals with resolutions and petitions submitted by citizens and other stakeholders. The formation of these committees is a significant step forward for the National Assembly, and we expect them to play a crucial role in driving the legislative agenda forward. With their expertise and regional representation, these committees will ensure that the interests of all Cameroonians are presented and that the legislative process is effective and efficient. As the National Assembly moves forward, we will be watching closely to see how these committees will work together to address the pressing issues facing Cameroon, from economic development to social welfare. The success of these committees would depend on the dedication and commitment of their members, and we are confident that they will rise to the challenge.
We now talk health in this newscast, where as part of activities marking the 33rd World Tuberculosis Day 2026 under the theme, Yes, We Can End Tuberculosis, the Minister of Public Health has presented the situation of tuberculosis in the country. Dr. Manauda Malashi also used the press statement this Thursday, March 19, 2026, to put forward strides made by Cameroon to end tuberculosis. Madoshe Kwate and Promise Akanti. World Tuberculosis Day is commemorated each year on March 24 to raise awareness about the devastating health, social and economic consequences of tuberculosis and to step up efforts to end the global TB epidemic. Some of the signs and symptoms of tuberculosis include cough, fever, weight loss and night sweats. Talking to the press this Thursday, March 19, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manaoda Malachi, laid emphasis on equitable access to diagnosis and treatment.
To ensure quality screening with globally acceptable deadlines between diagnosis and treatment, thus contributing to improving national indicators and increasing equitable access to the services.
The theme of World Tuberculosis Day 2026 is Yes, We Can End TB, led by countries, powered by communities. This theme reaffirms the global commitment to eliminating tuberculosis, highlighting the need for strong national leadership, increased funding, accelerated innovation, and empowered community-driven care to stop the spread of this deadly disease. Despite efforts made by the government, families still have to bear certain costs linked to tuberculosis.
Diagnosis and treatment are free of charge. Households still bear significant indirect costs related to transport, nutrition, and loss of income, thus hampering treatment adherence and the target to eliminate catastrophic costs.
26,924 cases of all forms of tuberculosis were reported in Cameroon in 2025. This figure may not truly represent the reality of the disease, considering the underreporting of tuberculosis decried by Minister Manaoda Malachi.
The underreporting of cases remain a concern, with an important number of affected people missed out to the health system. The intensification of active case finding, systematic contact tracing, and increased involvement of the private sector is required. Additional efforts are needed to reduce diagnosis deadlines, ensure equipment maintenance, ensure continuous availability of consumables, notably expert tests, and establish a performing system for specimen transportation.
That notwithstanding, the country continues to align its response to the global strategy.
Cameroon has aligned its response on the End TB strategy through the 2024-2026 National Strategic Plan, implemented by the National Tuberculosis Control Programs under the coordination of the Ministry of Public Health.
Whilst globally more than 4,000 people die every day from this disease and nearly 30,000 new cases are recorded daily worldwide according to WHO's 2025 report, the incidence rate of the disease in our country is estimated at 132 new cases per 100,000 inhabitants, or approximately 36,466 expected cases. The mortality rate, meanwhile, is estimated at 17 deaths per 100,000 inhabitants. Media professionals were therefore called upon to play a key role in disseminating reliable information and raising public awareness. We are still talking health in this newscast, where a resident of Olembe, Nkozwa, Obala and the surrounding neighborhoods can now access healthcare service that meet American standard following the inauguration of Holy Grace Medical Foundation. The heavily attended launching ceremony marked a significant step forward in improving healthcare in the area. We have Promise Akante once more and Sivagan Lodu Alembe, who give us highlights of the event in the following report. Saturday, March 14, 2026 has gone down the pages of history as the day when an American Standard Medical Facility was officially inaugurated in Yaoundé. Situated at Entre Razel at the Fomakak neighborhood, Holy Grace Medical Foundation offers healthcare services ranging from general medicines, observation, a well-furnished laboratory, up-to-date ultrasound, surgical services, gynecology, prenatal care, delivery and maternity. And talking of delivery, the day was graced with the birth of a baby girl who was immediately given the name Grace, this to the delight of the midwife and nurse on duty.
Fortunately for us, it was on the day of the inauguration. Isn't that good news? The lady came in this morning at 8:30 a.m. So we did the follow-up, and it was a smooth delivery, by the way. The woman finally put to birth at exactly 2:05 p.m. Baby and mother are doing good.
First baby sex female, weighing 3.8 kilograms. That was a very nice one.
Yeah.
So it was a small delivery and everything. As we can see, all it's a good one. Everybody is happy. People are really happy around. So we just have to call on the people of the area, the health area, for HACCP to be precise, that we are here for them. Everything is well set for them. All the equipments are ready. Everything right to everything. We are set for them. So we are with. They are safe with us and everything is safe.
Holy Grace Medical Foundation, with its slogan, Making Communities Healthier, is both the gigantic structure with ultra-modern equipment and the reality of bringing healthcare to the doorsteps of the population.
We are more than a building, and our aim is not to work money, like our doctor here said. Our aim is to bring healthcare closer to the community. With time, we saw that people were finding it difficult traveling from one place to another in seek of healthcare. So this project has really helped a lot of people, because people will no longer move from one area to another, but we have healthcare at your doorstep.
Inspired by his personal story, having lost a child due to the absence of a good health facility in their neighborhood back then, the CEO of Holy Grace Medical Foundation says this is the best way he thought of transforming his pain to community gain. Coming from a humble background, Renee Sambo Chifong, CEO and founder of Holy Grace Medical Foundation, reaffirms that it has been God's grace all along.
I came from a family background where I have to fight so hard for myself, and things work out so perfectly for me. You can see today we have a baby. Things are just sometimes aligning very perfectly. So I say this grace. It's by the special grace of God that things are happening this way.
With all the services already available, Holy Grace Medical Foundation remains a work in progress, with other specialties being announced for the near future.
Yes, I will not say 100% ready, because it's a work in progress. We have general consultation, we have maternity, we have a 24/7 pharmacy, we have a modern laboratory, we have an ultrasound department which is ready. Well, we are hoping to open other branches like physiotherapy and also, mental health department as well as many other departments. So that is coming.
The inauguration ceremony was attended by traditional and religious authorities who blessed the structure in the presence of the District Medical Officer of Obala, under whose jurisdiction the medical facility is operating. We now talk something else, where over 400 school founders and educational leaders are gathering in Yaoundé for the inaugural Founder Lab, a two-day event that aimed to drive digital transformation in African classrooms. The event marked a milestone partnership between Yakiri and Seduk, pushing digitalization from theory to reality. Melanimbo in the film part.
The Founder Lab arrives at the pivotal moment, aligning with the global observance of the International Day for Digital Learning. This year's theme, Building Digital Futures for Public Education, resonates deeply. Over 400 institutions under one roof, the initiative, spearheaded by a visionary leader, highlights the urgent need to integrate technology into the educational sector, preparing students not just for the jobs of today, but for the challenges of tomorrow.
The objective of this Founder Lab, the first edition right now, is to bring the founders together, the founders who have not experienced the Akili in their schools, bring them together, showcase what we have been able to pilot in the 10 schools that we have been working with, digitalizing their classrooms, having to train the teachers, having the students experience what a digital classroom looks like, have them partner with the Akili so that they can experience all of what we offer. So we want to have all of the founders that we have brought together today, to have these also in their classrooms so that it can grow with the other pilot schools that we have been working with. The analog way of teaching has been there for decades. The world is growing, so classrooms are supposed to grow alongside the world.
This shows a proven blueprint for creating engaging learning environment, demonstrating that digital mastery is an achievable goal for local educators.
It has come to digitalize our classroom, render the teacher of the class very relevant, manage the discipline of the students in class, and also help in enhancing the performance of the students, because the classroom is interactive and student-friendly. September right up to now, which is already 7 months, and we have had very productive results. Parents are positive about it. Our other partners and stakeholders are very positive about it, because the students continue with their lessons even after school. They are always interested with their own digital age.
Organizers emphasize that the initiative is about more than just hardware. It's about upskilling local educators to compete and thrive on a global stage. The focus is on fostering visionary school leaders who are ready to shape the future of education by building digital futures from the classroom.
We have projectors that we bring to the schools. We have digital boards that we bring to the schools. We also have material, already prepared material for the schools that we bring to the schools to use. The materials that we bring for the teachers to use, they project all this in the classrooms, and the boards are interactive. That is to say, whatever they are explaining, they can go ahead to enhance that explanation illustratively on the boards for the students to better understand. And the lessons that we prepare already, bring to schools, also help them curb the time they have to prepare lessons for their students. All of this helps the teacher to have enough time to concentrate also on the students who may be weak.
The focus remains on sustainable growth and deepening the impact of these digital tools in everyday teaching. The collaboration aims to expand its reach, bringing more institutions into the fold and continuing to develop resources that empower educators. By championing a future where technology and pedagogy are seamlessly intertwined, Yakili and its partners are not just keeping pace with global trends, they are actively helping to define a more dynamic, inclusive, and effective future for institutions.
The Bamenda City Council has begun dismantling illegal and obstructive structures along the city's busy Commercial Avenue in a cleanup exercise aimed at restoring order and sanitation ahead of the anticipated visit of Pope Leo XIV to the Northwest Regional Capital. Let's get to Bamenda in the following report by Bertrand Tita.
The operation started on Monday, March 16, despite the weekly ghost town that left much of the Bamenda city center unusually quiet. The exercise targets the stretch of road from City Chemist to T-Junction, where market sheaf stores, roadside structures and other items encroaching on the road space and gutters are being removed. Leading the operation was the city mayor of Bamenda, accompanied by council technicians, teams and members of the Bamenda Army Rescue Unit. More than 600 volunteers joined the effort, sweeping the streets, clearing the green lane and removing waste and debris from the drainage channels. According to the mayor, the initiative is part of a broader campaign to sanitize the city and ensure that public spaces remain free of waste and illegal occupation.
We are cleaning the Commercial Avenue. We are taking away whatever is on the Commercial Avenue which is considered garbage, and we are taking away it from the streets to the dump site.
He stressed that shop owners, traders must take responsibility for keeping the surroundings of their businesses clean.
Anyone who is still stocking garbage around his premises should know that any moment from now, I'll come around and collect it. So they should, if they have anything in the form of garbage, they should clear it, because when I come around next time, I'll collect it and I'll ask them to pay a penalty.
While the cleanup forms part of the council's routine urban management, the mayor acknowledged that the upcoming papal visit has provided renewed momentum for the initiative.
Pope's visit is an impetus, it's a catalyst.
We bring you back to the Center region to say it is no longer news that citizens are suffocating in huge heaps of garbage across major cities of the country, with accusing fingers being pointed everywhere. Between temporary measures and possible durable solutions not yet implemented, it requires a multifaceted approach. Promise Akante.
Waste management in Cameroon is a critical urban challenge, with only about 15% of the 6 million tons of annual waste properly disposed of, leading to severe environmental and health issues. Ijani celebrated to Cameroon, Izakam is the primary contractor, but limited infrastructure, funding and rapid urbanization cause significant uncollected garbage in cities like Yaoundé. Izakam manages waste in 17 cities, but only collects around 60% of total garbage, often struggling with capacity, inadequate waste bins, poor road access for trucks, limited financial resources, and rapid population growth limiting effectiveness. Following the last population census in the country, there are approximately 30 million Cameroonians, a significant increase from the less than 20 million from the previous census. With the new census announced for April to May this year, the new demographic reality will be expected to serve as a plain sheet for decision makers to better strategize on best practices on garbage collection and disposal. Most waste is dumped in landfills, with less than 4% recycled, mostly by the informal sector. Yet there are theses being defended by young brilliant Cameroonian engineers at the end of their training courses detailing safe, healthy and cost-effective recycling methods. But the political will to implement them is what is lacking. Due to Izakam's constraints, other companies like Tiklof Sal are joining to manage sanitation in specific areas such as Yaoundé 3 and 6 subdivisions. Unfortunately, administrative tussles between the city mayor and the subdivisional mayors get in the way of any beautiful initiative. In cities like Yaoundé, household waste often piles up for weeks, with many residents resorting to dumping waste in streets or waterways due to a lack of available nearby bins. Meanwhile, some private structures are reinventing and transforming trash to cash, putting a price tag on garbage with a kilogram ranging from 75 francs CFA to 200 francs CFA. This should hopefully help reduce the amount of waste dumped in the open. The putting in place of the National Waste Exchange (BND) in February this year by the state is also expected to bring a positive impact on the sector. But while waiting for the state, at individual levels, citizens can go back to when waste was decomposed and transformed into manure for farms, while non-biodegradables are recycled. Ideas are endless and are beckoning users.
We have come to the end of our 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Up next is Select Tea, a presentation of Tabi Classic.